What's going on? Travis here with TravisStetzel.com, TrainAggressive.com. Just coming to you, wanted to do a quick video over a few different movements that we like to implement into our training programs. Typically we throw these in at the end for a little bit of extra conditioning, strength work, and what I call these are strength cardio movements. Alright, in short, basically what these are, they're kind of weighted conditioning movements. So, like I mentioned, we throw this type of stuff in at the end because it's good at helping us get in a little bit of conditioning and work on strength work at the same time via different carries. And I'm going to show you 3 different variations that we like to use with these strength cardio movements. You can start using these yourself in at the end of your training sessions. And let me tell you, they might look easy at first, but trust me, these are not easy movements. So, I got a couple kettlebells here and a sandbag. However, you can use different odd objects. So you can use, well, for example, if you don't have kettlebells, you can use dumbbells as well with these same variations. Alright, so the first movement that I'm going to show you, this is one of our favorites. It's called a farmer rack. Okay, a farmer rack. So basically, what I'm going to do is I have 2 kettlebells. And to get into this position, what you want to do is first power clean up one kettlebell so we got it up in the rack position. And ideally, you'd want a heavier kettlebell in the farmer hand. Okay, so hence the name farmer racks. So I got a rack carry here, farmer hold over here, and basically what you do is you get in that position and you're going to walk out. Typically you go about 100 feet or about 200 feet. Alright, so quick example of how to get up into this. Boom, I'd go ahead and rip my first kettlebell up. I'd get it into the rack position, so elbow in nice and tight. My fist right underneath my chin. What I'll do from here is I'll get over the top of the other kettlebell. I'll squat down, keep my chest up, pick up the other kettlebell, roll my shoulder blades back. Now I'm in a good tight position. I'm going to go ahead and farmer rack it out. Okay? This right here, when you throw it in at the end of a session, holding that rack position, you're staying nice and tight so you're engaged. Core's engaged, back's engaged. And then with the hand that has the kettlebell in the farmer position, I'm working the grip. Again, I'm working the core, especially if you get a heavy kettlebell. And again, there's a lot of different variations you can use with this. I can get a kettlebell up here. If you got a farmer's handle, you can carry farmer's handle on one hand. That's going to really tear you up. That's going to be pulling you to the side. Lots of engagement with the core, and it'll tear you up. And just walking will get that conditioning up. And typically what we like to do is we like to hit one of these strength cardio movements and throw in like maybe a sled push, prowler push. We'll go do some battling ropes. We'll run, we'll sprint, do all kinds of different stuff to get that heart rate going. So we're working strength and conditioning at the same time. That's why these are so powerful. So that's the first variation I wanted to show. Next one is what we like to call overhead farmer walks. So instead of being in the rack, now we got that kettlebell overhead, and I'm carrying the other one in the farmer position still. And just like in this position, this is tearing us up right here, okay? So we're stabilizing on this side, working the shoulder, stabilization right here, core. And then if I got a heavy kettlebell on the other hand, it's going to want to pull me over this way. Boom, you stay nice and tall, and we're walking out. So, I'll go ahead and demonstrate how to get into this one. Got to stand above that kettlebell, rip it up, power clean up. Keep this in this position to start. We'll go ahead and get that other kettlebell first. Get it. Now that I'm ready, dip, drive. Keep that kettlebell nice and tight in the overhead position. Now we're ready to walk. Okay? And this one will seriously tear you up. Okay, so again, you're working shoulder on this side, stability, core with that single arm overhead, and then we're making things even worse with that farmer carry on the other side. Alright, so a lot of things going on with that awesome movement. Now, the last one I wanted to show you is a little hybrid I like using. And I got a lighter sandbag here. What you typically want to do, get a heavy sandbag. And the way this works, this is just a loaded sandbag carry farmer walk. Okay, so I'm going to throw this sandbag up onto my shoulder. A couple different ways we can get this up into this position. So number one, we can power clean the bag up, toss it over on that shoulder. So now I'm loaded on this one side, okay? Working the core a little bit, chest got to stay up tall. Just walking with this sandbag alone will be a little bit taxing, especially if you have a heavy sandbag. All right, so you're gonna get this sandbag up into position, load it up on the shoulder, and we'll treat it just the same as the other variations. So I'm in good position here, all loaded up with the sandbag. I'm gonna stand above my kettlebell, squat down, get it. Now I'm good to go. Sandbag loaded farmer carry. And again, you can use a lot of different implements. Doesn't have to be a kettlebell. It could be a heavy dumbbell. It could be a farmer's walk handle. You can even grab a barbell, like a suitcase style deadlift, pick it up, boom. Now you're walking. And that's going to change things a little bit. So instead of just doing a single arm farmer carry, you're turning it into a whole different type of movement right there. And again, like I said, strength cardio movement. So a couple different variations that we can use. There are hundreds of different combinations. And when you start really working with these things, throwing in different progressions and regressions, adding in things, creating circuits, these things are freaking lethal. So a couple different ideas for you. Stuff that you can throw in at the end of your session. Again, I like to call these hardcore strength cardio routines, all right? So use those, get strong, conditioned, shredded, and that's all I got for you. So keep living aggressive, getting strong. Travis, I'm out.